Welcome into the Mogul House. You may know us from other spaces, or you may know us from our music. My name is Darius, and this is Jared. Together, we're friends, we're brothers, and we live in this space, but we also work really hard together in this space to create, to develop, and also to amplify not only our voices, but all the creative voices that are around us. Today, we're kicking off a new series that revolves around our lifestyles as artists. And we also hope that through all of the stories that we tell, that it will help you. We believe that we can bring something fresh to the table. And at the end of every episode, we're going to have a performance. Yes, that's right. We're going to have a performance, so stay tuned to the end. Today, we're going to begin our conversation talking about one word that's very important to us: community. Community is important because it has shaped our lifestyles, not only as artists, but as people. The people around us mean so much. And so we're going to kick it off talking to Jared a little bit about community. Jared, why is it important for us to have community as artists? Why is it important to you?
As we were talking about the different topics we'd want to hit throughout this series, community is probably the one I was the most excited about, simply because it's been so important in my life. It's been so impactful in my life. I can look back all the way to literally elementary school, and I have not just one, but I have two friends from elementary school that when I go back to OKC, like, I hang out with them, and I've got to see them, catch up with them. They're creative, so we're working on projects together, and just like the idea that from that young of an age, like, I have community that has stayed with me this long, and it's been true ever since. Like, middle school, high school, I can name people. When it comes to college and the different internships I did around the country, I lived in Colorado and made great community there. I was on a reservation in South Dakota, Indian reservation, living there for a bit, and like, great community there. I just feel like everywhere I've gone, including when we met in Nashville, and that was like 7 or 8 years ago at this point. And the people that we know from there, like, crazy. Like,
Lifelong
we're still
friends.
Yeah. Like, we've got Greg here in the studio right now helping us out, and it's like, it's crazy. Florida, I lived there after college, and that community is just super, super important to me. So it's a running trend. That community has been just like crazy important to me, but also crazy like that I even have it at all, which is also a trend. For anybody that knows me, which most of the people that are watching this probably do, but for anyone that knows me, they know I'm just more of an introvert. They know I'm more of I work better at night when everybody else goes to sleep, just because, I don't know, it's just the way I am. But because of that, I've always thought, anytime I step into any of those new spaces, I'd always think, like, there's just no way, like, I'll be able to find the community like I had in that space before. Again, there's no way that it'll happen here, but I'm willing to see if it does. And it just did every time. So that was it's just been crazy to me, because to me, I would say to form community, so to say, like, to find friends, right? Like, that would be something that's so unnatural to me, because of who I am, or something that I can look back and say has been extremely supernatural, because there's just no way it has been of me and my personality and my own like drive to go talk to that person, my own drive to meet these people and connect with them. It's just like it's formed around me.
And I've seen that in your life. I've seen, watching every community that you're going, because I do know you as a person, and you do work well when you're by yourself. I've gotten to witness the music that you make, anything that you're doing graphic design wise whatsoever, and when you are in your space, you work well. But I've also got to see, when you do engage with community, how better it has made you as a person. I love that line that you said. It's like, it's kind of supernatural, because it's not your natural inclination, but definitely is supernatural in a big way.
Yeah. I feel like it's been formed around me rather than me having to, or even really being capable of, like, creating that, which just speaks to like its importance, and it speaks to its benefit and its impact in your life, because to believe in a God who's working in us, like, I can't do that on my own. And so to see these communities being built, it's like just evident that that there's something beyond and above me, like creating the space for me to grow, creating the space for me to like literally benefit, and hopefully for me to benefit others. Like it's an investment, and it's also something that's being invested into you. Like that's community, that's the people around you. The most recent community I've been a part of being Florida, before I knew I needed to move to California, and just felt called out here. That community taught me something huge. And just because I remember driving away after all of the goodbyes and all of the notes and just the meetings with people, and actually brought to tears. And I feel like I don't cry super often, but like actually just driving and felt like a total child, just like, why am I so like emotional about this?
Yeah, you were mourning.
And it was exactly that. It was mourning the loss of something and like the departure of a place. And I decided in that moment, it's like, I never want to leave a place any other way than feeling this, like this depth of sadness, which sounds crazy, but like the sadness that you feel, the mourning that you feel in leaving something, is proof, it's evidence of the like goodness that was in it. Because if it's something that's just like, you're just like, peace out, and they're like, all right, yeah, good riddance, thanks a lot. Like you don't mourn that. You're pumped to get away.
Right.
But like that's because like, what was that really to you, and will you remember it, and was it impactful in your life? And it's like those spaces that you're leaving, and you're like, man, like this is sad for me to leave. Like I don't ever want to like leave a place happy again, if that makes sense. I want to be able to invest in a place and be invested in and care for people and have that depth like everywhere. And maybe it's not possible because I feel like another thing I was thinking when it comes to community is maybe communities that each kind of serve their different levels of depth. That because I feel like I have some that it's just always a good time. You know, the way your personalities work with each other and the way you vibe, like you can always have a good time with those people. You can trust that if you're going to hang out with them, it's good, you know. And then you have communities where you're going to hang out with them, and the first question they're going to ask is like, so how are you? And you say something and they're like, no, so how are you? You know, and it's like those communities. So maybe you do actually there's different varying levels in which you're able to spread like that depth of community around. But I think the most important thing, the biggest thing to me when it comes to community is that for me as a personality, it just does not feel like I could have done that. It doesn't feel like I can look back and have the different communities that I can be a part of at any time. So it just feels unnatural. And to somebody who like thinks that that's not a strength of theirs, like I think the important thing is anyone can have it, because if I can, you can have good community. Because I feel like I shouldn't just like, how did I do that? I didn't. Let me ask you this. How has, because you have stated that community has been a big part, even in every level, whether it's been small or very intentional. Give me a specific 2 things that how community has actually shaped you. I mean, I want to say CMC. I've got to come up with 2. CMC shaped me because that was a space I probably, for one of the first times, tried to actually like, let me work with other people. And again, not me going out of my way to talk to anyone, because it's just, I don't know. I just can't, it's not part of who I am.
Now, mind you, for everyone that's listening, CMC is the abroad program that we met each other at in Nashville, Tennessee.
Right. So in Nashville, that program, I tried to say yes to everybody who wanted to work with me or co-write, or anytime it was like, hey, we should do this, or let's write something, I tried to say yes. And that pushed me into so many things I'm a part of now that are like, I enjoy working with teams because before that, anything that was creative for me, I was like, I think I'm just gonna kind of do it on my own, because I don't know if they want to do that, or I don't know if, you know, just all the doubts you can have when you go into that. And I guess I can say probably, I mean, I could say so many things. I'll say my community from elementary school. Two of my just very best friends, like I feel like I've taken away from that just community is lasting. Like it can just last when it's right, and when it's good, it does. No matter what. Like I don't know how many people still can say that they have friends from that age that they're just like, yeah, like we catch up all the time. And it's like, those are people I care deeply about still to this day. And so it really can, when done well, and again, I don't even know how it's done, but like when it is right, when it's good, like it lasts.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. What you said is so key. We're all designed for it, and it's good for all of us. And my hope is that everyone is watching, that this would become something that even if it's not natural to you, that it would be supernatural for you.
Yeah.
In a way where you'll stumble into spaces that will enhance who you are, they'll help grow you, but also that you would develop a love for the people around you, because it's beautiful when we engage with people that are like us or different. We take away so much, and they take away from you. So, hey, we're at the end of this episode, but remember I told you we were going to have a performance. Jared is going to perform for us under his artist name Closure. So check this out.
Subject for hours and can't explain how we're totally in love, but just not enough for you to stay. You're photoshopping our tattoo out of pictures, cause you're ashamed. Yeah, you're way too scared of what, way too scared of what people say. Too scared of what, way too scared of what people say. And all I ever want is to know that you feel the same, so say it back. And all I ever want is to know that feel the same, so say it back, say it back. Regretting what I said from the heart when I felt this way. When I told you that I was, cause I knew I was crazy in love. But I don't open up like that anymore, cause I felt the pain of having given everything for the one you love turn out in vain. Giving everything for the one you love turn out in vain. And all I ever want is to hear that you feel the same, so just say it back. And all I ever want is to hear that so say it back. And all I ever want is to know that you feel the same, so say